Supreme accessories. Sometimes they are the most random objects known to man, like this camp hammer. Sometimes they are a floating keychain, like this right here. Other times they are none of the above, and they are really just a voodoo doll where you can curse your enemies and suffer for what you have done, according to the back right here. Supreme kind of is the #1 leader of brands that have fun items with their name on it. If you boil it down to it, it's that simple. They kind of created the hype around accessories for a streetwear brand. And today we are going to talk about every single one of those crazy accessories coming out from Supreme this year. Are they dropping the brick too? Maybe the paper bag again. That would be sick. I missed the paper bag drop. Guys, when is the paper bag coming back out? I need to cop. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. All right, boys, we made it to the end of our series on the Supreme Spring Summer 2024 preview. It's been a fun journey. If you've enjoyed these videos so far, I'd really appreciate a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Go ahead and hit the notification bell to stay up to date every time I go live. We had a great live stream yesterday and actually ended up copping the Air Max DNs. Needed a bot, but god damn it, whatever it takes at this point, boys, because it is getting tough out there for some of these drops. Anyway, first item on the list, the most exciting Supreme accessory in a very long time is yet again one of these highly coveted, super expensive, unobtainable items, the Supreme Ducati Street Fighter V4S. Ducati is one of the most premier Italian motorcycle brands out there. They're extremely competitive in MotoGP, and I heard they're actually entering Supercross in the next few years. So the Ducati Street Fighter V4S with custom logo application designed by Drudy Performance. Not sure what's the deal with Drudy Performance, but when I do my full Ducati video, which I plan on doing later in the year when they get closer to release, I'll look at Drudy Performance. 208 horsepower, Demasa DC Stradale engine, and aluminum alloy front frame made exclusively for Supreme. This thing's gonna be absolutely insane. I believe in-store only, probably like 7 to 10 of these are gonna be made. If you have the money, if you can buy this in store, I'm sure no one watching this right now will probably buy this, but it'd be so sick if one of y'all did and fucking let me go for a ride, because this thing, it's incredible and I love it. I want to talk about it more, but it makes me sad that I can't cop this insanely sick Supreme motorcycle. I would learn how to ride a motorcycle for this bike, just saying. And I would take it to the track and go fucking crazy. But yeah, something that I've been thinking about copying is actually this Ducati Arai Corsair X helmet. And I'd maybe use it for the track. This looks like a racing helmet. It doesn't look like an actual motorcycle helmet. It looks pretty similar to the kind of helmets that I already wear for track days and stuff. There's a guy right there on a motorcycle, so I guess it is kind of a motorcycle helmet. And it's got the Ducati branding on it. But the Arai Corsair Helmet X is also designed by Drudy Performance with a composite fiber shell, multiple density EPS inner shell, and soft liner from brand material. Vast max vision shield and transparent pin lock included. Certified by DOT and Snell, made exclusively for Supreme. Not FIA certified, but I've always wanted an Arai helmet from Akira. Seeing his Arai sticker on the side of his bike, I always thought that was super sick. The Supreme logo, really dope. You guys know me, I'm a huge motorsports guy, so I want to go for this helmet. It's probably gonna be $600 to $1,000. We'll see what happens, if I'm feeling crazy or not, but I really like this, even just to collect, maybe resell. I don't know. I think it's super sick, and the gloves are also really dope. We'll look at those right here. The leather gloves, probably the most affordable out of all of these, with the carbon protector knuckles, soft EVA inserts at thumb, and touchscreen inserts at index finger. Logos at index finger and leather strap. CE certified, made exclusively for Supreme. Really cool leather gloves. I think these are probably the most popular item from this drop. Probably a lot more people that can actually use these, riding, stuff like that. I think they're really sick. I don't ride motorcycles at all, so I don't know when I would ever use these. So I think for me, it's the helmet or bust for the Ducati collab. Supreme and Roland JU06 synthesizer. This is a big old synthesizer, baby. Pretty cool. I don't know anything about synthesizers, but this looks like maybe middle of the road for all the musicians out there. Is this high end? Is Roland super sick? Is it just kind of run in the mill? I think this is a great piece if you're into music production like this, 16 dedicated sliders, I'm sure there's definitely a lot better ones, but for maybe a smaller one, this looks solid, maybe. I know Supreme definitely doesn't collaborate with the worst people, not always the best, but it'd be cool to hear from you guys if this is good or not. And then the Rhythm Composer is actually really cool that they've dropped both of these. I wonder when they will drop. Probably not on the same day, but it'd be interesting if they did, because you could really collect the whole thing. I'm maybe believing they will because it is the same brand, and I don't know if they would release such similar items on different weeks. But 16 substeps, track selectable, trigger out, and I don't really know what this means. Maybe these also come together. Who knows? The Supreme He Implant Cave XL tent. I think the estimated retail is a couple thousand for this, 1,000 something. This is an insane 3D tent with the geodesic dome construction. Absolutely nuts. This thing will really keep you secured. You could camp on the side of a mountain with this thing. Inflates in less than a minute. 40D waterproof double ripstop poly with 10 intersection points. Okay, that looks like a dope tent. I love this color. Sleeps 3 people plus gear. That's not that big, to be honest. I would have loved for this to be a 4-person tent. So the fact that this is 3-person is kind of disappointing, but maybe that's what people want. I think this will sell out pretty quick. I don't know. It's pretty insane looking with this geodesic dome around the outside.
2 trailer park girls go around the outside.
But I think it looks really cool, especially in this blue camo. Really unique color. Supreme Lena Zero Toucan lamp. It's a plastic table lamp, 5 inches by 8.5 by 3.6. Fun little item. Don't know if this will resell or not, but it's kind of goofy. I kind of like him. He's a little friend. The utility cart boys. Yes. We are finally getting the rest of the Mac Tools collab. I think this guy will sell out. I think people will want this for their shop, for their garage, for storing stuff. Maybe it'll take a little bit, probably $200 plus, up to maybe $400. I hope it's not too expensive. The Supreme Icy Slushy Machine is just fucking hilarious. The fact that the slushy guy is rocking a box logo too, it's almost a little bit cringe, but it's funny enough that I like it. Icy home machine with custom logos, Force 8-ounce servings per batch, 18 inches by 7.5 by 6.5, icy cherry and blue raspberry syrup included. I'm thinking about copying this, maybe to resell. I don't think I would want an icy machine in my house just because I go to the movies occasionally, and that's when I get my ices, when I go to the movies, but I don't need that at my house, even if it's just for decoration. I think I would get too tempted and be like, I need an icy right now, and we do not need that in our life, boys. We do not. The 5-gallon bucket. I mean, this is completely back to basics, and I fucking love it. Just a classic run-of-the-mill item. Give us another paper bag. Give us another brick. They've given us a 5-gallon bucket. I think it's a no-brainer. I think about it all the time. When I moved out of my house at 18 and went to college, I suddenly did not have access to all my father's buckets. Now, everyone who knows their dad well knows he's got buckets, okay? Dads, they just have buckets around. Whether it's washing cars, storing rags, doing any number of things, getting a little bit higher up so you can reach the tool on the top of the shed, you gotta stand on the bucket. They're usually 5 gallons too, with this little handle right here. It's just what you do. I just love a good 5-gallon bucket. Super simple, really sick. All right, the Supreme Coleman folding table with the bandana print. That's pretty nuts. Aluminum frame, melamine plywood top panels. That looks pretty cool. I think the bandana is a little much. I think just having like a white with the box logo or like a wood would look cool. But for some people, this will definitely be the move for the bandana. Supreme shears. These came out for week 1. These are actually on the site right now. $110. Get them while they're hot. I think long-term, medium-term, these things will resell for a little bit, but they are still on the site as of now. The Supreme First Gear truck and another week 1 item. Pretty cool mini truck. Each one of these is $128 though. This definitely turned people off, but I think this white one and this black one long-term will do pretty well. Maybe the green one too. Who's to say? But if you're into model cars, I recommend it. $128 is a little steep though. The Supreme Pressure Washer Pro. This is another must cop for me. Being a car guy, I've always kind of wanted to have my own little pressure washer that I could wash my car with. I guess maybe I wouldn't want to pressure wash it, but I think you can pressure wash your car. Yeah, you can. You'd be fine with that. Totally. And yeah, 5 nozzle functions and 20-foot water hose, 250,000 or 2,500 milliamp rechargeable lithium battery with max battery life of 45 minutes. And even if I don't use it on my car, I could use it to clean up the fucking sidewalk, shit like that. I just love these things, and I think power washers are pretty cool. Hoto power washer. Let's see how much this costs regularly, because I want to actually prepare myself for what the Supreme tax will be. All right, the site wasn't loading, but I did see from Google that these are about $129 to $140. I would expect this to be around $150, $160, which I think is actually pretty reasonable. And I think this guy has a good chance of selling out pretty quick. I don't think they're going to make a whole lot of these. Not as much as certain accessories for sure. The Supreme Jewels Pantsu Saint Pillow. This is nuts. Cotton blend insert with woven tapestry cover, 18 by 18. Original artwork by Mikuroyanagi. So this is Japanese art. Yanagi. Pretty cool pillow. I've always liked the Supreme pillow art. I've always felt it difficult to want to actually cop this and put it in my house. I just don't want a picture of a saint getting shot by arrows. It's not my cup of tea, I guess. The Supreme Mac Tools tote tray, another week one item right here. Pretty dope. I love the big logos on it. 90 bucks. Seems a little expensive, but these are fucking huge, and I think it will do really good long term, honestly. All right, Supreme 24 cooler bag. This is really dope. 24 cans plus 14 pounds of ice. Really cool. That's actually super usable for the summer. I think this is a great spring summer item. Perfect for Arizona. I don't think I need to cop it because I do have a cooler that works pretty good, but a 24 pack is nice. Showing up to the thing, you got your cans right there, boys. What are we actually working with here? Anyone know what these are? Miller High Life, Miller Lite? Don't know, but that's pretty neat. 17 inches by 10 by 12. Wonder how much this guy will cost. Supreme 8 cup French press. I love this thing. I love a good French press. I don't actually have one right now, and I missed out on the expensive Supreme coffee maker. As a huge coffee head, this is gonna be an easy cop for me. I mean, it might be a difficult cop on the drop day, but I'm definitely gonna go for this thing. I think it'll be relatively affordable. French presses are also just solid ways to make coffee. Can't really go wrong at all. Supreme Fujifilm waterproof camera. I love this thing. It's another kind of classic Supreme item where they take a very general home good accessory. Underwater cameras. Yeah, we've all seen them. We've all used them. Maybe our parents took us to Florida one year and we were using the waterproof camera in the pool with the kids that we met that week, and we're just messing around having a good time. But now you can get a Supreme one with Supreme branding on the side. I think this is super funny. Long term could be an interesting hold. They could also make a shit ton of them and they might not resell for quite a while. So I think if you're not willing to use this or just have it sitting on your shelf, don't cop it. But I think it's pretty cool and I might actually go for it. Supreme Franklin playground ball. We all had one of these balls back in the day. I think it was most popularly used as a kickball at my school, but these guys definitely saw some dodgeball use out there on the battlefield. Super fun with those 8.5 inch rubber playground balls. I don't think I'm gonna cop this, but it is kind of cool. I do like it. Maybe if it's under 30 bucks, it'll probably be 40, 30 bucks though. Supreme, wow, CRKT pocket knife. This is super dope. The CRKT, I don't know a whole lot about knives, but I have a couple friends that do. And I do know that CRKT is one of those kind of starter brands that you can collect knives with. I've always wanted a Supreme knife too. So this is probably also a cop for me. I know I've said so many things I'm gonna cop this year. When it comes to this accessories, I think the accessories completely solo the clothing. Up until this point, we've seen a lot of good clothes, but not as much as we've seen in years past. I think the accessories though are still super strong, and for me is enough to stay excited for this season, let's be honest. Supreme Kuma incense tray. Another thing that I really want, I do like incense. I have multiple times with some Supreme incense on it actually. Matches right here. Not sure if you can even see those, but trust me, it's there. Supreme logo right there. You can see it from the side. But anyway, this is a much bigger incense tray and really dope with custom Supreme scent. I would almost want to get the Supreme incense holder and then keep these dead stock for a while. Depends on how much this will be, but I do love some of these goods where it's nice ceramic and stuff made in Japan. It'll be expensive for sure, but I really do fuck with it. Another picture of the incense right there. Designer's incense. A division of Traveling Book Nook 15 pack. Okay. Supreme Yawata Isogoro spices. This is just one of those weird as fuck items right here. What are we dealing with here? 310 Yawata Isogoro Japanese spice set featuring Togarashi chili pepper spices, Shichimi 7 spice blend, Ichimi chili blend seasoning, and Yuchi Shichimi 7 spice blend with Yozu citrus flavor made in Japan. God, I was really tested on my pronunciation right there. This is insane. I thought this was frankincense and myrrh, like some fucking Three Wise Men type shit on the birth of Jesus Christ, but it's not. This is some sugar spice and everything nice. Word to the Powerpuff Girls. Word to Professor Plutonium, right? This is definitely something interesting. I think you can cook with this, apparently. I'll ask Maxine and see if we need any of these spices, because I love to hype beast it up in every part of my life, but this is definitely one of the items that I can skip for sure. If we think about all the other items that I've had, I will have to do a top 10 video this year. I didn't do one last season. I don't think these would be on the top 10 video, let's be honest. Supreme Post-it notes. I have been waiting so long for these. When was the last time Supreme had Post-it notes? These were $8, but I had Supreme Post-it actual notes. I had legit notes. Damn, they're not showing up. Here we go. Supreme Post-it notes. $32. Fall winter 2014, dude. These guys lasted me quite a bit though. Dead stock. They're actually kind of dope. And I used these, I want to say throughout college, the yellow set, but back in the day when these accessories were super cheap. I think they still make $8 accessories, but not as much. Anyway, I just love notes when I'm working from home and stuff. I just think it's really convenient to have them. I wish these weren't minis like this one, but having that embossed logo is kind of cool. I'll probably pick up 30 sheets per pad, pack of 10 pads. Interesting. I might pick up 2 or 3 of these just to have them pretty long term, and I think this will be pretty cheap. A nice personal cop for sure. Supreme Mechanics work gloves. I actually copped the red ones after a little bit, after a week. I saw them on the site. I was looking at other Supreme gloves from years past, and I think this is an easy cop, guys. I think these gloves are being slept on right now, boys. Honestly, if you think you want them, I would go for them. They actually sold out in medium. People bought them yesterday. People were feeling what I was thinking, and let's see if they're sold out. They might actually be sold out in black. Yup. Only small and mediums are left. Almost bought these yesterday, but was completely screwed over on copying the Air Max DNs manually, so I didn't end up buying these black gloves as well to match. But I think the red ones are much better. I think both will do pretty good long term if you look at the mechanics glove market for other Supreme gloves of the past. Have a Hank bandanas. These also restocked last week for week 2. This week, I suppose. These were a week 1 drop. Bandana pack of 3. You might still be able to pick them up on the site right now. Go ahead and check. Supreme Tetris Mini. Love this thing so much. I want to cop honestly all 3 of them. I think these will do super well in terms of resale, and I kind of want to keep one, the red one maybe, or maybe even the blue or the white one. I don't know. Really fun game. I mean, Tetris, and there's that kid that beat it for the first time this year. 13-year-old kid beats Tetris for the first time. What the heck is that all about? And I think this is such a cool item, extremely similar to the mock-up. I want to pull up a picture of that mock-up and just see how close we are, but I don't think it's actually the same company we thought. It's not that Game Gear or whatever. It's Supreme Tetris Mini, and it doesn't say any brand, but Supreme logo on the actual LCD is super sick. CDW Delta Carabiner. This is on the site right now. I don't think this will have much resale value at all. They're still on the site just sitting. Supreme Night, it's Bug Light. The Night, it's a micro flashlight with durable polycarbonate plastic housing and embossed logo. Effective range of up to 50 feet with 6-inch moldable gear tie legs. I don't know what this is. What is a Bug Lit? It's a little flashlight. I don't get the legs though. You could set it on the ground like a tripod. I'm not really sure. This thing is very weird, and this colorway is crazy. This blue, yellow, and purple. Kind of nuts. Ripstop keychain. A classic item. Just a nice little keychain. I think underrated, understated keychains are slept on. I literally have a key to my house and my car key with one of these. Not the Supreme one. I have a Formula 1 one. Guys, you gotta have less keys on your keychain. Keep it simple. Keep it super clean. Rooted Box Go skateboard. And this guy came out week 1, and we are done with accessories. Is that really it? No, we still have a few more. Thank God. Okay. Supreme Moleskin notebooks. This is also really dope. And I do, yes, want it because, like I told you guys before, I write tons of notes. I like writing. I have a daily, I don't call it a journal. It's more of a to-do list, but I save them all because I'm a hoarder, and I think it's cool to have notes from college, and eventually one day when I'm older, I'll go ahead and read a lot of those older things, and I'm sure a lot of them it's boring notes, but I definitely sometimes write down what I'm thinking, almost like a quasi diary, because hey, it's what's going on that day. But 4.5 by 6.9 inches and the pocket size one, sold separately. I think I might even pick up one of both. It depends. I think the red colorway is pretty cool. I do kind of always gravitate towards the red Supreme stuff, given that is their color. Diamond matches is next. This is pretty cool. Long reach diamond matches, 75 pack. I think all these accessories this year are really sick. I want to cop them all, but I definitely can't. The Toyo T190 toolbox, stainless steel with stackable construction. That's really neat. I wish I could use more toolboxes in my everyday life, but I do not really need them. I kind of have my toolbox situation all squared away, and I can't justify just buying Supreme for tools that I don't really use too often. The tonal logo towel is really sick. I don't know if I told you guys this story, but I lost a Supreme towel in a fucking hotel room in Chicago on a vacation. It was a white with the box logo. Super simple, but I might actually cop one of these towels. I've been waiting a long time. I think the camo one would be a pretty cool beach towel, pool towel type of deal. But that's pretty much it, guys. I really want to do a top 10 video of all the pieces of this year, damn near a top 10 video of all of the accessories. But if I had to go top of my head, what do I think are the best items? We're going with the gloves. We're going with the knife. We're going with the coffee maker. That's 3. We're going with the pressure washer. That's 4. I want to put the Ducati obviously up in 5, but it's kind of unobtainable. It's in a whole different tier. I'm doing the helmet, and then coming in as the funny Supreme item. I don't know why I did 6 items, but these are my top 6 favorite. We got the mechanics gloves, which already came out. A couple sizes left of the blacks or the reds. The CRT CEO micro flipper, definitely a must cop for me. The French press, also something I want to get. If I miss out and it sells out, oh well, but I really like it. The pressure washer, kind of a must cop. I think this would be really sick when I have my own house and can actually wash my car on a regular basis and not have to go to the self-service place. That'd be really sick. Ducati helmet, we'll see. Put a loan out, fucking take out credit card stuff. I think this could be a really good item for reselling and even just for keeping and collecting. I know some other helmets from Streetwear brands do really well. And last but not least, boys, the fucking bucket. We are back to basics with this one. Just the bucket, it just makes me think of funny, random Supreme items from the past that just kind of have no reason being released, but here we are. Thank you so much for watching this video, y'all. We are finally done with the Supreme 2024 spring summer preview, and it was an absolute journey. This was my first time looking through all these items. Believe it or not, I waited to look at the full preview in between every video because I actually like getting my own genuine reaction captured on the video. I think it makes it a lot more enjoyable and genuine. But that is pretty much it today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for future videos. We will be doing a review of the Air Max X Supreme DNs that released yesterday. Absolute crazy release. I'm really looking forward to that review video. If you are interested in gaming at all, consider checking out my channel Tomasu VT for gaming highlights and casual Warzone streams. Going live next Thursday to talk about Supreme Week 3, which feels like Week 2, but we just had Week 2 with the Air Maxes. So anyway, guys, been your boy Thomas, and I'm out. Peace and butt grease. See ya.